What's up, my vid heads? This is Stray13 here from Band from the Video Store, bidding you a happy Halloween month. This weekend, me and CG saw two Universal Monster movies for the first time in a movie theater. In a theater. I've seen them before, but never in a movie theater. And today, I'm bringing you a review of the 1931 classic starring Bela Lugosi, Dracula. Now, what a lot of people don't really remember about these Universal Monster movies is how fucking short they are. They're like an hour and 10 minutes. But I mean, they're still very good movies. Again, you're not going to watch them and get scared, but there's definitely a very creepy ambiance about Dracula, the Dracula movie. The start of it is, the opening of the where they're in the castle and you see all of the beautiful creatures of the night: rats, bats, possums, and armadillos. Yes, there's armadillos at the very beginning of this movie. And I had to find out why the fuck were they throwing armadillos in a movie based in Transylvania. But apparently people thought because armadillos burrow, that they would burrow into graves, break into the caskets, and eat the corpses. So armadillos were spookifying. Way before TCM, so... Bela Lugosi does an absolutely amazing job. He's got those eyes, I wish I could do it, but then, they shine like lights on his eyes, made him look all intense. And he definitely gives his most notorious performance in this movie. He's very good, very well spoken, very charismatic. This is not the Dracula that you've seen in modern movies where he's like moving fast as lightning and ripping people apart and cool shit like that. This is more like a look out the window. Oh my goodness, there's a giant wolf going across the yard. And they're like, oh, we'll just take your word for it. And then the bat is just flapping in the wind like that. I love this movie, but it's honestly probably the worst of all the Universal movies. Aside from Bela Lugosi's performance, because Bela Lugosi is the original outlaw. He never played Dracula again, as far as I know. I think he played a Dracula-like character in, I don't even remember the name of the movie. But he never actually played Dracula, unless you count, the insinuation that he was Dracula and other things. Everybody's performance is exactly what you would expect in a Universal Monsters movie. Everything is, it's more like a play. Everything is more like, oh, we'll just talk about what happened instead of what happened. And it's very far off from the book. You couldn't get a whole, they removed characters from it. But you could never cram that whole Bram Stoker's Dracula into a Universal Monsters movie. There's just no way. Lucy's death, was a huge deal. She was the Blue Fur Lady, or Boofer Lady. Beautiful Lady. I think it was Blue Fur Lady. I played Dracula Unleashed for the Sega CD, and I believe they called her the Blue Fur Lady. So if I'm wrong, just correct me in the comments. Her death was I'm gonna go to bed. Next morning, they're doing an autopsy. They're like, oh, this bitch is dead. Okay. And that was it. And Mina's just oh, my friend's dead. My best friend's dead. Doodle-doodle-doo. I'm gonna arrange these, flowers. And, there's John Harker in his horrible pants. Because they wear those suit pants with the knee socks that go up to your knees. So they don't look right. And I know it was 1931, but somebody had to have just been these look goofy as shit. What else can I say? Again, this is the worst Universal Monsters movie, and I really hate saying it because I love Dracula. I don't like vampire movies. I like Dracula movies, and I definitely like Bela Lugosi as Dracula. When you think Dracula, you think Bela Lugosi or Gary Oldman, but I mean that's for a 90s kid thing. I would say, okay, if I'm ranking it as a classic, it's a 4 out of 5. If I'm ranking it against the other Universal Monsters movies, it's a 2. It's just not as good. And I'll definitely give you reviews of better Universal Monsters movies. I would definitely still say watch it. You got to respect where it came from and what they did, because they did a lot of amazing stuff with it. But honestly, besides Bela Lugosi's performance, I would say the man that played Renfield, I think his last name is like Fry. He was very good as Renfield. He wasn't nearly as gross as Renfield has been in the past, but he had those eyes, those wild eyes. Why eat flies when I can have juicy spiders? Again, good movie, not great. I mean, classic, but not. It's hard to rate this movie because there's just so many better Universals, and I don't want to sully the legacy of this movie, because I do believe you should watch it. So give it a check out and tell me what you think. You give me your rating of it. And this is Stray 13. Follow me at Ben from the Video Store, or sorry, follow me on Twitter at VaultBoy667.